And now for a Next News special report.
Amid the political storm of GOP presidential debates, former President Donald Trump made a genius move that blindsided both the Republican field and President Joe Biden. Instead of hashing it out on the debate stage, Trump took his message straight to the heart of the American workforce in Detroit, a city emblematic of blue-collar grit and the automotive industry's legacy. In speaking directly to the hard-working men and women of Michigan, Trump circumvented the usual political circus, tackling head-on the pressing issues surrounding electric vehicle mandates and job security in the auto sector. The strategic detour, unscripted yet significant, exemplifies a return to addressing core American values and concerns. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this Motor City narrative, which culminates in a resounding final thought: how Trump's direct dialogue sparked a critical conversation on America's economic identity amidst the race to 2024. As the usual suspects prepare to face off at the GOP presidential debates in the Reagan Library, Donald Trump had other plans, eschewing the political stage for a more intimate setting in Detroit. The former president made a powerful play directly to the people, particularly those at the heart of America's auto industry. And folks, what unfolded was a game changer. You don't want to miss the details, and believe me, you'll be talking about the final thought that we do have for you. So let's dig into the core of the discussion. Former President Trump's recent address in Detroit amid the ongoing GOP presidential debates. During his speech, Trump called the other GOP primary candidates job candidates. Watch.
I want to begin this evening by saluting these truly great Americans who do not get the credit they deserve. You don't get the credit they deserve. Now they want to go all electric and put you all out of business. You know that, right? To the welders, assembly line workers, machine operators, forklift drivers, pipe fitters, tool and die makers, mechanics, electricians, technicians, and journeymen, we love being with you, and we love being with you right in your environment. You built this country, you love this country, and you are the ones that make our country run. You know that, right?
Now, instead of taking a typical route, Trump opted to move away from the debate floor to the Motor City, a choice steeped in symbolism, aiming to resonate with the hardworking American auto workers at a plant in Clinton Township. His message, a resonant call for economic nationalism centered on the automotive industry, aiming to echo through the halls of Clinton Township to the car-lined streets of every blue-collar neighborhood in America. Watch.
It's all over television, this speech. You know, we're competing with the job candidates. They're all running for a job. No, they're all job candidates. They want to be in the, they'll do anything. Secretary of something. They even say VP. I don't know. Does anybody see any VP in the group? I don't think so. No, that's right. Can you imagine?
Now, this wasn't just a stroll down the political talking points lane. The speech came against a backdrop of ongoing labor strikes and broader discourse surrounding the electric vehicle mandates. Watch.
Right now, electric cars don't go far enough, and they're just far, far too expensive, and people aren't going to be able to afford them. And the cost of operation is also much more. This is their option, though, if they want them. It's their option. And it's an option that some people will take, and I am all for them, but I will not allow, under any circumstances, the American automobile industry to die. I want it to thrive, and to thrive like never before.
Amen. These mandates, pushed forward by the current administration, cast a long shadow of uncertainty over job security in the automotive sector, which Trump took to task. The crux, balancing technological advancements with job security, a juxtaposition that Trump elucidated upon, shedding light on potential job losses which may ensue should we tread this path unguarded. Now, Trump was met with chants of USA, USA when he pledged to roll back Biden's electric vehicle mandates and revitalize the gas-powered vehicle industry. Watch.
Why is it that these big, powerful car companies with guys that are making $35 million a year immediately quit? They say, you want electric vehicles, we'll give it to you, when the damn things don't go far enough and they're too expensive. And I'm not in that business, but I know a lot about it. They don't go far enough, and they're too expensive. A vote for Crooked Joe means the future of the auto industry will be made in China. That's what's going to be. That's where they're made. My pledge to every automaker is this: a vote for President Trump means the future of the automobile will be made in America, where it should be. Made in America.
Trump's rhetoric touched a nerve with the crowd, resoundingly echoing his sentiments against global forces aiming to, in his view, undermine the American worker. His passionate demeanor painted a lively narrative on the future of the automotive industry, punctuated by the urgent need to protect jobs. Now let's talk about taking control of your financial future. In a climate where our financial security can be as volatile as a political debate, securing that future is a priority, and that's where Noble Gold Investments comes into play. Investing in precious metals may sound like traversing uncharted waters, yet with Noble Gold Investments, you're never adrift. Here's what real customers have to say. The staff answered all my questions and helped me every step of the way. No pressure sales tactics, just honest guidance. Transitioning to a safer financial harbor is now less stressful thanks to the expertise of Noble Gold. And they're currently offering one of these beautiful 5-ounce Silver America the Beautiful bullion coin for qualified accounts. Don't sail into financial uncertainty. Anchor your assets with Noble Gold Investments and visit nextnewsgold.com to learn more, or simply call the number on the screen, 877-646-5347. Now back to Trump's narrative. His speech tackled head-on the Democrats' push for electric vehicle mandates, asserting that his stance threatens to disintegrate auto jobs in Michigan while potentially propelling China to the forefront of the auto industry. His remedy? Curtailing these mandates, which he vows to do on day one if elected. Now, his words didn't just stop at policy critiques. They sailed into the waters of trade and industry, recounting his stance on tariffs on foreign cars and auto parts, and the renegotiation of NAFTA, ostensibly championing for American auto workers against foreign competition. An appeal to the United Auto Workers leadership to endorse him reverberated throughout the evening, accompanied by a stark prognosis: endorse or face the extinction of auto jobs due to the shift towards electric vehicles. Trump's narrative found a crescendo in evoking an America First economic nationalism. He discussed imposing tariffs and penalties on foreign auto parts in countries that snub American cars, a clear delineation from the current administration's stance, which he condemned for policies concerning border security, inflation, clean energy, and more. Watch.
But your leadership should endorse me, and I will not say a bad thing about them again, and they will have done their job. They will have done a proper job. In fact, if they endorse me, they will have the easiest labor leadership job anywhere in the country. They just have to sit back and watch as our auto industry reignites and booms. That's what's good. They don't even have... I mean, how can they go with this guy? Can't find his way off a stage. I'm looking at these, I always sort of look at stages now. I get a little, because I say, how the hell do you not find your way? So every once in a while I'll be in the middle of the speech, I'll look, stairs there, stairs there. And I say, how the hell does it work that you can't find your way off a stage? How does that work? But he can't. Joe Biden is surrendering our auto industry to China, just like he surrendered our borders to the cartels and he surrendered Afghanistan in the most embarrassing weekday time period in the history of our country. He surrendered to the Taliban, took the military out first. You don't take the military, you take the military out last. So tell your UAW leadership, no problems with them. But they have to endorse Trump, because if they don't, all they're doing is committing suicide. And honestly, you don't want that to happen, because they're committing suicide on the back of your jobs, and you can't let that happen. The Democrats, as they wave the white flag of surrender over your future to other foreign countries, you can't have it done. So if you could speak to Sean, he's listening right now, I'm sure. Sean, endorse Trump, and you can take a nice 2-month vacation, come back, and you guys are going to be better than you ever were. You don't even have to work.
His critique veered into the international arena too, hitting hard on Biden's handling of the Russia-Ukraine crisis and the perceived disrespect America now commands on the global stage under Biden's watch. Trump's commentary was scathing yet reflective of a section of America's palpable discontent. Trump also touched on the Biden family's payments from foreign countries, saying, quote, "The only time Joe Biden's ever gotten his hands dirty is when he's taking cash from foreign countries." Watch.
Crooked Joe and his payday with the Biden family, they raked in millions and millions of dollars. You see what's going on. The news doesn't really report it. Very little news reports it. But it was the men and women who got every single day. They got up and came back home with grease on their hands, and they were the ones that paid the price. They paid a big, big price. The only time Joe Biden has ever gotten his hands dirty is when he's taking cash from foreign countries, which is quite often, actually. It's quite often.
The essence of Trump's speech boiled down to a spirited defense of a bygone era where traditional industries thrived. He scorned the forces of globalism and the waltz of Wall Street with corrupt politicians, which, according to him, forsake the American worker. His discourse touched on broader cultural issues, too, extending to broader policies and critiques on the current state of governance. Through the lens of economic nationalism, Trump displayed a stark contrast between his approach and that of his political adversaries, a narrative that veers towards safeguarding American industries and jobs. His words found resonance among many, painting a picture of a political narrative firmly rooted in the everyday lives of the American worker. As the evening concluded, the former president's words left more than just a fleeting impression. They ignited a fervent desire for a political narrative that champions American industries and workers. Amidst the standard fare of political discourse, this event emerged as a platform where a vital conversation about America's economic trajectory was reignited. And as the gears of the 2024 election slowly grind into motion, the echo of Trump's words through the heart of Motor City sends a clear message. The battle for America's economic soul is far from over. The echoes of Trump's Detroit address resound far beyond the automotive heartlands of Michigan, marking a game-changing narrative in the run-up to 2024. By directly engaging with the hardworking men and women of the auto industry, Trump orchestrated a strategic blindsiding of both the GOP and President Joe Biden. This move underscores a narrative deeply ingrained in economic nationalism aimed at protecting American industries and jobs. It's a narrative that circumvents the usual political back and forth and digs into the crux of economic uncertainties faced by everyday Americans. As Trump cast a light on the potential job losses entwined with the push for electric vehicles, his proactive engagement rings out as a call to action. It's a sharp turn from the political rhetoric to direct dialogue with the American populace, rekindling a vital conversation about the nation's economic trajectory. This maneuver not only elevates Trump's message, but resonates with the broader base, accentuating the need for policies rooted in the realities of American lives and livelihoods. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.